Outrageously podcast. This is the show where we teach you how to stop living a boring life and start living outrageously. My name's Dave Thompson, that is Matt Kelly, and this is the show where we show you the psychology of success, but only for those people who are committed to designing their own outrageous life. Matt Kelly, you know it, impossible is an opinion. I have only one question for you. Are you living outrageously?
Dave, we are 100% living outrageously tonight. You know why? Do you know why? Because today is a turning point.
Nature's organic.
That's right. That's right.
Why are they not paying us to sponsor this show? Why?
Okay, so here's the deal, Nature's Organics. I will hold this up every episode. No, I'm not going to commit to that. They can call us, whatever. All right, Dave, answer 2 questions for me.
Yes. What?
One, you're wearing glasses and it is 9:11 p.m. 2, your hair is significantly shorter than last time we spoke.
It is, mate. It is. You know what?
What is going on?
Hey, first of all, okay, so number one, I just feel like a cool dude with these sunglasses on.
Cool. No, that's cool.
So, like, man, it may seem crazy. It might not work for you, might not work for this other dude, but I just feel cool with them on. I don't know.
No, man, so, if it feels good, do it. That's cool.
It's exactly like, it's like Chief Wiggum sitting in the pub in Moe's in just his underwear and someone walks in and flicks his undies and he's like, what was that? And Chief Wiggum goes, if it feels good, do it. It's just like that, man. Just like that. Anyway, and the hair, you know what? I actually felt I was getting a bit slothed. I felt like I was getting a bit slothed. I don't know why, man. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why, man. I do know why. I wasn't being enough ninja on the sloth.
Ah, of course.
You've got to be very proactive with the sloth. All right? Very proactive. I could see him taking steps to come to my house, so I had to deal with him. All right? And you know what? Just got rid of the hair, had a bit of a shave. Mate, I feel $1 million. I seriously feel $1 million. The samurai, he's here to play. So I think, does that answer your question?
That sufficiently answers my question. Dave, I've got another question for you.
Okay.
Did you realise that it is Christmas time?
I did.
Merry Christmas, people. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, Matt Kelly. Merry Christmas to all our viewers.
That's right. Absolutely. Listen,
it's a great time to be festive.
That's it. I know. I'm excited because we said it last week, right? Tonight we want to talk about the viewers. It's Christmas time. We want to give back a little bit. If you had a question for us, we want to answer it. And guess what? If you ask, you will receive. They came to us with questions, and tonight we are going to answer them. Amazing.
Amazing. You ask and you receive. I love that, Matt Kelly. I love that. So we have a couple of questions tonight from viewers, and we were talking about them before the show, and man, some high quality questions.
Dave, so high quality, we might have gone, we have to learn that. These are very high quality questions, and that's really cool for us because suddenly we're exploring different segments of living outrageously we've never even looked at before. How good is this?
That is living outrageously.
Man, I love it. Should we just jump into it?
Yeah, why not? I don't think there's much more to talk about, is there? It's Christmas. It's all about the viewers.
Yeah.
All right, let's get down to business. Who's our first question?
All right.
What is the question?
So this is a 2-part question, right? And it comes from Orthun. Orthun, Authun. I hope I'm saying your name right. Question number 1, okay? Once I have a clear idea of my goals, okay, I have a strong desire to clear out every item in my home office that does not directly support my dreams. Has this happened to you?
Yes. Like, hell yes.
Yes.
Amen.
For both of us, to a huge extent. To Dave, a much more recent extent. Yes.
Man, this is huge. Every time minimum every quarter, I go through my office and I clean shit up. I just look at it and go, what? Why is that in there? Yeah. You know, this is the sloth at work sometimes. The sloth likes to fill your life with clutter. Right? Life is really simple, man. Life is really simple. Help others, you will receive everything you need. Ask for what you need, you will receive what you need. All right, the sloth tries to make it complicated with all this stuff, all this material stuff. It doesn't need to be that way. So every quarter, I like to just get rid of stuff, give it away to charity. Last quarter, we had a garage sale. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I felt like a mini hustler, getting $1 for stuff that I paid $100 for. But hey, $1's better than having junk in your trunk.
For sure. And I would argue that it's also a really good sort of emotional release. It's like, okay, this was my life up until now, and I've been keeping all this stuff for some reason. If you've got, here's one for you. You might have like letters from people that you were friends with years ago, and you've kept them, and you don't really want them. You don't know the person anymore. You don't want them anymore. Get rid of them. Get rid of all that stuff, because emotionally you're actually holding on to it. And if you don't need it anymore, if you know you don't need it, if it's in your plan, if it's on your board to move on and get past that, just get rid of it.
Exactly.
Just
So the
please
question-
take it away. In fact, you know what? This is a great example from when we were talking about take it from your head, in the part of you that you had that it exists, dig the hole and get rid of it, right? That is a perfect example here of taking a physical item that means something to you. You're giving it meaning, and you may not want to, and getting rid of it.
You know what I actually do with some people that I work with sometimes, Matt Kelly? Some people that I coach, I get them to write their limiting belief down on a piece of paper.
Yep.
All right?
Yep.
And then they take it on the paper, and then they light the piece of paper, and then it turns to ashes.
Nice.
Right? So it's a similar effect, right? It's a similar effect. If it's not supporting you, you don't need it. So, Orson, that's a great question, man. I feel compelled. You know what? That question, you bring it in here, man, it's not even the end of the quarter for me, but I tell you what, I'm going to clean some shit up.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking around now and I'm like, what? Why the hell do I have that there? Why is that there? What?
Yeah.
Man, how can that possibly help me do what I want to do? You know? And it's like a jumper that I wore when I was 12.
Yeah.
And it's like Queensland, where it's never below 20 degrees C. So, awesome question, man. I love that.
No, it's a great question. And we all experience this where we look at something and we're like, man, I don't need that anymore, and we get rid of it. Some people are hoarders. They hold on to things for well longer than they need to. If you know you don't need to, if you know you can get rid of it, get rid of it and forget about it. It's that simple. I love it. That will help you get extreme clarity and extreme focus, and that's what this is all about.
Love it. Eminem cleaning out my closet.
That's it.
All
Should I go to
Okay.
Orthan's second question,
Yeah,
Dave?
let's do it.
So Orthan's second question.
Don't hit him. Don't hit him. Hit us with the question. Yeah.
Orthan's
Wiggle.
second question was, can you talk about the importance of building relationships? And he asked this a week or two ago, but I wanted to say it for this episode because it's a good one, right? The importance of building relationships. And I've got a bit of a story here, and we'll talk about the psychology in a minute. But the story for me, and we've talked about Dan Rollman from recordsetter.com, right? Friend of the show. We love Dan Rollman. We love what they're doing at Record Setter. We've broken a world record on the show already. We love it, right? We reached out to Dan Rollman probably close to 12 months ago because we broke a world record and we basically found ourselves going to Texas. Okay, as a result of building an awesome relationship with Dan, and there was no other reason than, man, you're cool, man, we love what you're doing, let's make something happen. And we became friends with him. As a result of that, long story short, I met someone who I pretty much like idolize. There's someone that is extremely successful, and I've always wanted to meet him. And his name is Brian Brushwood. Okay?
You want to date him, don't you, Matt Kelly? Let's be honest.
I have a fiance that is female. If I wasn't that way inclined, who knows?
Anyway, the story is we reached out to Dan, and then through Dan, you then interviewed your idol.
Amazing. He literally was like, yes, I can put you in touch with him. And because of the relationship with Dan that we had, it gave context to the relationship with Brushwood. So suddenly when I was talking to Brian Brushwood, he was like, I can talk to you, I trust you, this is meaningful because someone I trust, someone I know knows you. Think about social media and about like sort of companies. Do you believe something a company says, or do you believe something that your friend says?
Absolutely.
It's social proof, it's context. And so for me, that relationship, although that wasn't something I was looking for, we didn't reach out to Dan and say, hey, I want you to put me in touch with someone. It wasn't like that. It was like, hey, you're awesome, let's become friends. Oh, by the way, as a result of that, boom, huge opportunities. And I don't think you go fishing for opportunities, but these things happen when you go and try and sort of make these steps for the right purposes.
When you genuinely care, isn't it, Matt Kelly? Because like when we went to Texas, we genuinely cared about, like, we were like, world records? Like, that is so awesome. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
There was no other reason apart from the fact that we were like, this is something exciting and we are passionate about it. Why wouldn't we go?
And the email that we sent Dan, he could clearly see the passion and the fact that we cared about Record Setter, all right?
Yeah.
As a result, he's come straight back with more of the same and passed you on to Brushwood. Now, think about customers in a business, right? It's the Gary V. He just says, you got to give a shit, you know? In this social media word of mouth internet era, he who gives the biggest shit, he who cares the most will win. And you've got to genuinely care.
Yeah.
All right? We genuinely care about all the viewers to the Living Outrageously podcast. We're doing a Christmas special with viewer questions, man.
No, it's because we genuinely, I can honestly say the reason we're doing this is because we have these conversations anyway. And if we can add even a tiny bit of value to someone's life, why would we not do that? Why would we not make that public? We want to help people with this.
Exactly.
And it makes perfect sense.
And to build relationships with other people out there who are into living outrageously. Because any one of our viewers, man, I would be more than happy. I would be stoked to go and party with them.
Oh,
I honestly would.
We're already planning that, Dave. That's the crazy thing here. We're already planning it.
I know. We've already had words with a few people about, just keep this in mind. Something crazy's going to happen next year.
Yeah.
You know? And compare that to, who did you hang out with today? Would you choose to hang out with them? Who did you go to school with? Who did you go to college with? Who did you go to work with?
Yeah.
Even your family, man. Like, would you choose to hang out with them? Like, maybe yes, maybe no. But, man, what it comes down to... I believe this, man. Relationships, it's number one. So important. You don't have relationships? Like, what do you got? So
life is all about, it doesn't matter who you are or what you do. At the end of the day, you cannot survive without building relationships. And forget about your family, forget about friends. You can't work. You can't run your own business. You can't work in another business without building some relationship in some capacity. So we know it's crucially important to be able to build relationships.
all right.
It's the single biggest skill. Let's face it.
And if you're going to have relationships, they may as well be outrageous ones.
That's it.
Matt Kelly, next question.
All right. Mr. Wes Winberry says...
Oh, Wes! How you doing, Wes?
Wes shared episode 9. Thank you for that. Appreciate that.
Good work.
And he said he said to his Facebook friends, love the T-shirts.
All right.
Yeah, love the T-shirts. That was it. So...
Because there is just one question for you. Are you living outrageously?
Thanks,
How
Wes.
good of a question is that? Wes, you're a champion, man.
Wes didn't actually ask that question. He just said love the T-shirts. But I took that as a question and something that I thought we should talk about. So there you go.
Yes. Good powers of deduction there, Matt Kelly. 5 points. 5 points to you, 10 points to Wes.
All right, let's move on, Dave. Now, this one's a heavy one. Are you ready? We've got a heavy question from Jerry of Phoenix, Arizona. Okay? And Jerry says to us, to what extent are dreams a real reflection of the subconscious? Should we use them when seeking clarity on what we want? Wow.
Mate.
That's a big question. That is a huge question.
Big, and it's really got me thinking, this one, Jerry. So thank you, mate. This is a fantastic question.
Yep.
Fantastic question. And I'm going to have to say, I do think that dreams, to a very large extent, reflect what's in your subconscious.
Yeah.
But what I think it comes down to, Matt Kelly, is the meaning that you give to those dreams. All right?
Sure.
So surely there's people out there that have a dream, and it's a bit of a crazy, fucked up sort of dream where there's all sorts of crazy shit happening. Maybe, there's like the Michelin Man throwing spaghetti bolognese at you. And then your mum is like on a broomstick flying around.
And then the ground opens and you fall and you're falling, your teeth are flying out and yeah.
yeah.
Who knows?
And then there's like grasshoppers landing in, like eating your eyeballs out. And, so what meaning, when you wake up and you realize the dream that you've just had, it all comes down to the meaning that you give to that particular dream. So as an example, someone could wake up with that dream and just think, I am really fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
I have some serious issues. Like, who thinks about that sort of stuff? You know, you could give it that meaning. Or you could give it the meaning, wow, damn, I am very, very creative.
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely a creator at that point. You are definitely a creative person.
Are you freaking serious? The Michelin Man throwing spaghetti and then your mum's riding on a broom and there's grasshoppers on your eyes and your teeth are flying out as you fall down a hole?
Yeah.
Man, you should be writing children's books.
So
Maybe
really,
not children's books.
so what we're saying there, so I suppose for me that's more about you choose the meaning you give that dream and you choose how you incorporate that into your ideal life, your ideal day, who you want to become, what you want to become. You choose the power that has. You made a really good example before we started recording about what was it about being in prison?
Oh yeah, so just in terms of giving things meaning.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Like there's plenty of stories of prisoners of war who were stuck in terrible, terrible, destructive conditions. No food. They were worked to the bone. They were cold in the most miserable conditions. But you asked them, and they were as happy could be.
Yeah.
You know, the meaning they gave to that situation was, if I can endure this hardship, I will be able to bring a message of peace and tolerance to everyone in the world when I get back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same as Nelson Mandela, man. He got thrown in jail for so many years. Most people would give that meaning, this is terrible. Like, I didn't even do anything and I'm in prison. This is so bad.
Yeah.
You know what he believed? He believed he was preparing for the moment that he got out. Right? I'm not going to say he enjoyed himself, but he was quite fulfilled in there. He was preparing. Yeah. So what meaning are you going to give to your dreams?
And you choose ultimately how that impacts your life purely based on that meaning. You choose what that means for you ultimately.
Absolutely. And in terms of getting clarity through dreaming, I think it's a fantastic tool. All right, a fantastic tool. I've done a lot of Tony Robbins stuff. I think he is the master at this. You go to one of his seminars and he puts you in this dreamlike state. All right? And he asks you a really tough question at the start, like, what do you really want? And you know how hard, that's pretty hard to answer.
Yep.
Especially with your conscious brain and, telling you all these things. Oh, yeah, I really want a house. Well, you don't really want the house. You want the feeling the house is going to give you. So when you're in this dreamlike state, you're accessing your subconscious mind and the answer comes to you. As we've spoken about before, the subconscious mind is 30,000 times more powerful than the conscious mind. That is some badass shit, man. That is some badass stuff. When you're dreaming, you're accessing that subconscious mind. So you're accessing a mind that is 30,000 times more powerful than your current mind. How are you going to get clarity then? Pretty damn well, I reckon. Pretty damn well. I love dreaming as a tool. I absolutely love it as a tool. Brings me to another point, Matt Kelly.
Yes.
And this brings us to the learning, to the thing that Jerry has sparked us onto. Now, as everyone knows, us at Living Outrageously here, we're big fans of Tim Ferriss, all right?
Tim Ferriss, 4-hour work week, 4-hour body. Legend, just legend.
Right. So I've been looking into the 4-hour body, and one of the things that he just hints at there, he just talks about it a little bit, is lucid dreaming. Lucid, lucid dreaming. Basically what that means is your ability to control your dreams. That's some badass stuff, man. You go into this dreamlike state, and then you get to control your dream. You get to make your own adventure. Remember those Choose Your Own Adventure books when you're like 9 years old?
Oh, how could we forget?
Yeah, this is exactly that. And so you can direct your path in your dream. Now, I've only just started to learn about this, and this is a huge opportunity for learning to direct dreams. I'm just, my brain's always thinking about opportunities, and think about how would this be, Matt Kelly? So, all right, once you get a bit of an idea about what you want in life, how you want to live this outrageous life, right? You can play that over in your mind all day while you're awake.
For sure.
All
Yes.
day if you want. That's cool, and that's totally good because it's always front in your mind. You're focusing on it. That's where your energy's going to go.
Yes.
Imagine if you could do that while you were asleep.
The power that you would, the clarity.
Man.
Amazing.
Oh, sloth. Where's the sloth? He would die.
The sloth
Man,
has no at that point. The sloth has no opportunity.
if you're fucking the sloth while you're asleep, damn. How much power is that, man? And Jerry, you are the man. Like, you seriously are. You've brought this lucid dreaming. I need to go out and learn this. I want to go out and learn. This is exciting stuff, man.
Yeah. It's a very complex question to answer, Jerry, and I know that you know that you're challenging us here, but no. In all honesty, I can 100% say that this is an area that everyone should learn about because you all go to sleep. We all sleep. We know that we spend a huge percentage of our lives asleep. So why not make that effective time rather than ineffective time? That's massive. That is, if you're using the time that you're asleep for to build you, to make you better, to improve your life, man, how effective are you when you're awake? That is amazing.
That is outright. Matt Kelly, is that a turning point?
Dave Thompson.
Nature's Organic says it's a turning point. That is living outrageously. We have just found another way to samurai a sloth. Da, da, da. How good is that, man? I love that. Yes. Man, it's always a good day when we find another way to destroy the sloth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jerry, you are the man. Seriously, you are the man. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Jerry, for the question. Amazing. You know you're testing us, and I think we did pretty well. I think we did pretty well, Dave. That was good.
Mate, that wasn't bad. But I do have just another little quick thing I'd like to add to that.
Yep.
So, in terms of getting clarity, Jerry, his question was based around this getting clarity. So we talked about dreaming being one tool. Well, there's a number of different ways that you can access that subconscious mind, right? Doesn't have to be just dreaming. So what are some practical ways that you can do that in everyday life? Well, I'll just, if I may, Matt Kelly, I'll just share a few of mine.
Please feel free, Dave. Please.
And I know you have some of your own. So I love to read. Okay, I love to read because sometimes I'll read and then I'll get clarity from a new idea. So I love to read. I love to go out in the bush. I love to go out in nature. Get away from the city. Get away from all the bullshit.
It allows you to really focus, doesn't it?
Mate, just get in touch. Get in touch with the little birdies and the twinkle dees and the fairies in the whatever. Get in touch with nature. Go sit by a lake. Do a bit of meditation. It'll come to you, man. It'll come to you. Remember, you got to have faith. 30,000 times. Subconscious is 30,000 times more powerful. You've got to give it a chance to come out.
Can I give a little on that? Can I give you one of my little tips here?
Yeah, please.
This is a bonus quick tip. The way I get amazing clarity, if I'm having an issue and I don't know how to solve a problem, you know what I do? This might sound strange. Have a shower.
Yeah.
I literally go and have a hot shower. And you know what? For some reason, it allows you to focus. I find it allows me to focus real tight on the issue that I'm trying to resolve, and I always, almost inevitably, will come up with a solution. So from a clarity perspective, it's always worked for me. And there's no one size fits all here. It's whatever you know works for you.
Can I just suggest can I just make an observation there, Matt Kelly?
Please.
Maybe, I don't know, if you're having a shower, maybe it's like the water is just like, it's like just flooding your conscious brain away. It's like making the sloth slide away.
Allowing you to really focus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very astute point.
I don't know. So there are multiple ways to get clarity. Find what works for you and play at it. Get masterful at it. Get skillful at it.
Yeah.
Love it. Matt Kelly, do we have any more questions?
We have one more question, Dave. From our good friend Zeke. Zeke in Vanuatu runs the adventure tour business. Amazing. If you want to hit up Zeke, I don't have a link here, but go to our Facebook page and you'll see him there. Amazing, right? Zeke said to us, and I love this question, I would like to know if you guys have sloth days, and if so, what are some of the ways that you overcome them? Man, Dave, do we have sloth days?
Mate, I'm going to say no.
Wow. Now, that is powerful because we've said
You know
time and
what?
time again that the sloth doesn't die. So, Dave,
know
how do you not have sloth days?
I don't have sloth days.
There you go. There you go.
The sloth never gets me for a full 24 hours.
Agreed.
Ever.
Agreed 100%.
Ever. And you know why? Because I have a personal code of conduct that says I will eliminate the sloth the minute I identify him.
Absolutely.
And I do not negotiate on that.
Yes.
Like, how clear am I now? How congruent am I now coming through on this podcast that I do not negotiate with the sloth?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, the point we're making here is that you do feel the sloth. The sloth does.
Yeah.
The sloth presents itself on a regular occurrence. He's always there. But the point we're making isn't that we can somehow disappear and never feel like that. You do feel like it, but you have to eliminate that feeling, because if you don't, it becomes more powerful. If you ignore it, you're actually giving power to it to become a bigger issue, a more powerful issue, something you don't want to deal with. So the single biggest point I want to make here is you've got to work out what enables you to get rid of the sloth. What makes what empowers you to samurai it, to literally samurai it and remove it from you for as long as possible.
What feeds the samurai? And Matt Kelly, it's all about. Think of a cycle, okay? It's a cycle. So if you decide that you want to allow the sloth in for a little bit today, well, tomorrow you've slipped your standards. So you might be like, yeah, I'll just let him in for like an hour and a half.
I'm tired, Dave. I'm tired. Whatever.
Tired. And then so you sleep in till like 8 o'clock, and then the next day you're like, yeah, that's all right. I'll sleep in till 8:15. 10 days time, it's 10:30, and you're still sleeping in.
Yep.
You know, what is your personal code of conduct? You've gone backwards. You're starting a cycle backwards, right? Where the sloth is, I didn't want to say it, but I am. The sloth is just fucking you in the ass. All right? The sloth is destroying you. All right? You can turn the wheel back the other way. You can destroy the sloth. One way that I do it is by having my personal code of conduct.
Yep.
There are certain standards that I do not negotiate on.
Yep.
And one thing is that I will not negotiate with the sloth.
Sure.
It's like this, Matt Kelly. It's like you go for a run in the bush or in the woods, and you start out at the run, and you know there's lots of hills on the run, okay? And you want to get fitter. That's your goal. That's your outcome. All right?
Yep.
So you get to an early hill, and it's really tough, okay? It's really tough. And you say to yourself, it's okay. I'll just run up halfway, and then I'll walk the rest of it. All right? You're giving into the sloth. Guess what's going to happen next hill, right? You jog a little bit further. It's a little bit up and down. It's flat. You get to the next hill. You get to 1/3 up the hill, and then the sloth's like, you're tired. You got to slow down. And you're like, yeah, I am tired. And then you slow down.
Yep.
And then you get to the next hill, and you're running up a quarter. Before you know it, you're walking up every single hill.
Yep. You give the sloth power, you're enabling the sloth to do what the sloth wants. And that is not the way you want to live.
Destroy the sloth.
Yeah.
What would happen if you started that race, if you started that run and said, I will run every single hill. I don't care if I have to trot. I will not walk the hills. I do not walk the hills.
Yep.
You do not eat. You're not even giving the sloth a chance.
There's no negotiation there. There is nothing. This is what I am going to do. And if I don't, I'm empowering the sloth and I'm letting myself down. And that's even worse than empowering the sloth.
This is who I am. This is what I believe in, and this is where I'm going. You get that clear, sloth. He's not coming anywhere near you.
Yep. Yep. Just quickly, Dave, beyond that, tell me, so we know you don't negotiate with the sloth. One way that when I feel the sloth, one thing I do is, and I can do this anywhere at any time, I pull out my iPhone, and you know what I do? And this is just in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and we do get slothed all the time. You do feel the sloth regularly.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So if I'm sitting
he's right there.
If I'm sitting here doing some work, I pull out the iPhone, right? And what I'll do is, relevant to this podcast, I'll go and I'll look at how many downloads we've had today, how many hits we've had, where we're standing in that leaderboard of top podcasts. And because for me, If we're doing well, it's like, man, that is exciting. That is awesome. If we're doing badly, it's like, man, what am I going to do in the next episode to make this better? And suddenly your focus changes from, I'm tired. Oh man, I need to just go and chill. I'm gonna go for a sleep. Whatever. No, suddenly it's excitement. It's that action. That's wow. This is cool. I'm gonna do that, and that's what inspires me. So in the last couple of weeks, that's what I've been doing.
I love it, man.
You've got to have something that really excites you and enables you to go, I love that. That inspires me. When this happens, I'm gonna do it. It might be putting a song on. It might be watching a YouTube video. It could be anything. Could be anything.
Matt Kelly, you are a very smart man. I love that. I love that because let's break it down for people. Anyone can do what you've done.
Oh,
right?
It's very easy. It's very easy.
You're very clear on your outcome, right? You want to have a kick-ass podcast that shares the truth with the world.
Yes.
Right? You're very clear on that outcome. You will do anything that it takes to get to that outcome.
Yeah.
Any time that you feel the sloth coming to try and grab on somewhere, you're like, hold on, buddy. Hold on. Let's refocus.
That's right.
On what I'm doing here.
Yeah. Whip out the iPhone and where is my focus right now?
Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
What's my purpose here? And then you take one look at that iPhone and you go, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. My purpose here is to destroy the sloth, feed the samurai, and spread the truth, and share the truth, and spread the love.
Yeah.
That is my purpose here.
Yeah.
Man, how compelling is that? That's compelling, man. I feel compelled.
It doesn't matter what it is too. Remember, it can be whatever it is, whatever is important to you, whatever is outrageous for you. That's what the focus should be. If your focus is, I want to read a good book every now and then, if that would be outrageous because you're so busy, because you don't have time, whatever. If it's, I want to read a good book, man, pick up the book and read a page. If that's what excites you, if that's what motivates you to remove the sloth, do it. Please take the minute to do it, because how productive will you be after that?
Oh man,
massive.
You get bursts of energy after that. It's like, man, it is literally feeding the samurai. It's giving the samurai fuel in order to destroy the sloth. So what if someone wants to go? What if someone wants to travel? Right? Go get yourself a lonely planet, and every single time you feel that dream is slipping, go look at the pictures, read the stories, go look at a travel blog, watch a video of the area that you want to go to.
Yep.
Man, you'll be back on like that.
Yep.
You dead set, you'll be back on like that. What about, same with starting a business. Reconnect with the driving force.
Amazing.
Matt Kelly, that is huge, man. I love that. That was some high quality podcasting, if I don't say so myself.
I'm glad you feel that way, Dave.
But you know, what would I know? I know?
That's right. Well, no, people have to tell us if they like it or not. That's reality. That's what we need.
The reality is, Matt Kelly, that we probably have absolutely no idea what we're talking about. So people should definitely not listen to us.
Under no circumstance should you ever take any advice that we give you, ever.
Yeah. We're just two guys talking smack on a Tuesday night. No, it's not Tuesday night. It's a Thursday
night. We don't even know what day it is. That's how little clue we have.
That's living outrageously, man. One day blends into another. I'm just feeding the samurai. Man, I was feeding the samurai before. Jasmine rice is that good when you mix it with almonds.
Oh, interesting. That's a quick tip, Dave.
Mate, that is a quick tip right there.
And on that note, I just want to do a quick thanks to Orthan, to Wes, to Jerry, and to Zeke for your amazing questions. I hope we answered them to a satisfactory level. Thank you very much. If you have any more, please hit us up. But Dave, right now, it's time for quick tips.
Okay, great. Is it my one first?
You go first, Dave. Hit me.
All right. I'll be really, really fast with this one. So, it's Christmas time. We're meeting with our families, and there might be a bit of pressure associated with this. You might be feeling a bit stressed because you got to travel. Meet your family, and like hang out with people that you probably don't necessarily like, as we spoke about before. You might like them, but you might not. Anyway, one emotional state that I'd love people to give it a go, and I love doing this anytime, man, but especially at Christmas. Show some gratitude. It's coming towards the end of the year. Let's face it, you got a lot to be grateful for. I don't care how crappy you think your life is, all right? Every single person has 24 hours in a day. Everyone starts even. All right? Time is the biggest resource you have. You're not disadvantaged. You're just thinking you're disadvantaged. What could you be grateful for in this moment right now if you wanted to be grateful? Man,
You know what, Dave? The fact that people have watched this video to this point, they clearly have the technology to watch it. Okay? They've been put into an environment where they can do that. Man, they've got a lot to be grateful for off the bat already.
Man, you know what? I'm just going to throw it out there right now. Matt Kelly, I am eternally grateful for your partnership in this podcast and your friendship, man. Honestly, I honestly am. The technical details, the nitty-gritty, doing the admin, I want to shoot myself. I want to take the samurai sword and literally drive it through my own skull.
Yeah.
All right? HTML, please.
That's when the sloth has its biggest effect on you, is when you've got to do those tasks, Dave.
Mate, like you wouldn't believe. But to have your partnership and you just like, you know what, I'm so grateful. I got the call from you this afternoon and you're like, Dave, what's up? And I'm like, dude, I'm so freaking busy. What's happening tonight? And you're like, all right, we got these 5 questions. Boom, 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 boom. I need to see you at 7:30. Get on Skype then. We'll go for an hour. We'll rock it out. And that's done. I'm just like, oh, how good is that? Like, Matt Kelly's just telling me I've got to get on Skype at 7:30, rock it for an hour, and then I'm done. Oh, man, thank you. So thank you so much.
Dave Thompson, that is what living outrageously is. Let's face it,
mate.
that is what this is. Because you do what you are passionate about, you do what you're excited about. If it feels good, do it. I thoroughly enjoy everything about doing this podcast. There is what I have to, when we finish this podcast, I have to go and edit it. I then have to go and upload it. There's a process we go through. And you know what? I enjoy every step of that. And that's why we're still doing it.
That's awesome, man.
And that's why for anyone here, that's why when you are passionate about something, when you know you're passionate about it, it's effortless. It does not require effort. So I appreciate that, Dave. That was very, very kind of you.
Is this the part where we say I love you and then you go I love you too? But I love you. No, but I love you. Nice.
Nice. All right.
We got to cut the lovey-dovey chat so we keep it straight.
All right. Quick tip.
Yeah. What's yours?
All right. My quick tip today is about celebrating the wins. Okay. Now, that's right. Now I talked about how when I'm feeling slothed, I go and I actually celebrate the wins. Even if we haven't had an immediate win, I celebrate the wins because I'm looking at what's happened that I like, that what we're going to do that I like, and that's what inspires me. When something big happens to you, when you've taken a big task that you know you've got to accomplish to start your own business, there's the steps that you've got to take. When you knock down that first barrier, when you've completed that first task, celebrate it, be happy, tell someone, ring a friend, go out, do something fun. Celebrate the fact that you did it because then the next one will be more compelling to compete. Hang on, when I finish that next one, that's going to be freaking amazing. I'm going to love that. I'm going to be able to celebrate that. Cool. Celebrate. Take the time to celebrate the win. Please.
Love it.
Do it.
Love it, Matt Kelly. And you're exactly right. It can be something so small. As an example, Wednesday, man, I love celebrating. Wednesday, I finished this rugby coaching program, all right, that I was running for the boys down at the school. We taught them all these amazing things, man. They learned all these great skills that's going to take them to higher and higher and higher levels in their game. And I was just like, you know what? That's awesome. We've finished the program. I'm going to go buy coconut water.
Nice.
Mate, it's so small, cost me $1.20. Yeah. But I went in and I got that coconut. Actually, I lie. I bought 3.
Yeah, of course you did.
I bought 3. Anyway, as I cracked the top off the coconut water, I'm just like, you know what? This is awesome. And I just took a moment to go, yes, this is living outrageously. This is my living outrageously. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So go celebrate.
Always,
Matt Kelly.
Celebrate. Now, guess what, Dave? Guess what?
What?
Before we end the show, because this has been an amazing episode, right? And I feel really good about this.
Yeah.
I want to. It's Christmas time. We talked about gratitude. I want to thank a few people. All right?
Right.
If you don't mind, let's thank a few people.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now, these are the fans who've reached out to us. I don't want to call them fans. That sounds weird. These are the viewers. These are the people that are coming out to us and telling us what they feel, how they feel.
This is our posse, Matt Kelly.
These are our posse. These are our mates. These are the people that we're going to go catch up with whenever we can.
These are the dudes.
That's it.
These are genuine friends.
And
dudettes. Dudes and dudettes. These are genuine dudes and dudettes who I would choose to hang out with.
Yeah.
Which is a lot more than can be said for a lot of people in my local area. if you're in my local area.
There's some bitterness there, clearly. Wow.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
So these people are the people who've come to our Facebook page, they've emailed us, they've given us feedback, they've communicated about what they like, what they don't like, and it's been awesome. So I want to thank Eric, Eva, Dawny, Ariana, Jeff, Austin, Wes, Dan, Mia, Simon, Zeke, Connor, Orthan, Cecily, I think that's your name. Sorry if it's not. Guy, Chris, and Hannah. Thank you all for watching the show and giving us feedback. We really appreciate it. It's been awesome to get that insight, and yeah, it's been so much fun doing it. Dave, we're 10 episodes in. Already, like, look at the people we've got surrounding us. This is awesome.
Mate, there's only one way, and that is to live more outrageously. And you know what? You know how we talk about this positive expectancy when you wake up in the morning? Like, just think, just go, wow, I just can't wait to see what amazing stuff is going to happen today. Man, 2011 isn't even over, but I'm already getting the jitters. I'm getting that jitters, man. That 2012 is just going to be mind-blowing. Like, out of this world. Like, what?
And people, if you're not thinking that yourselves as well, you need to refocus, realign, forget about what's happened in the past, and focus on the future. Because this is your chance to start fresh and make something big happen.
Wow. Wow, Matt Kelly.
Dave Thompson, on that note, Merry Christmas. I think that's a wrap.
All day, baby. All day. That was a sensational episode. Matt Kelly, where can people find you?
mattkelly.com.au, twitter.com/Matthew Kelly, and our Facebook page, which is
facebook.com/living outrageously.
That's right.
Aha.
Please go to the Facebook page and tell us what you think. Yeah, we love it.
We will see you there. And until next time, Matt Kelly, if you want a boring life, go sit in a cubicle. My name's Dave Thompson, and that was Matt Kelly.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Peace out.